What a game I just watched. I mean, holy cow. Man City end up winning 2-1 the first leg of the Champions League semifinal. And I couldn't be more gassed right now. Let's just get straight into it. So the 3 goals that happened in today's match were not what I was expecting at all. So Marquinhos ended up getting his first goal off a corner. But I thought if PSG were going to score, it was going to be because of a Man City mistake that they capitalized on, or just an amazing counterattack like we've seen before from Neymar and Mbappe. But their first goal was around the 15th minute. Wide open header for Marquinhos from a corner. Beautiful cross from Di Maria, but also you got to feel that we could have done better with that. We could have dealt with that because the guy who was marking Marquinhos was Gundogan. Why is Gundogan marking Marquinhos? Marquinhos is probably their best guy in the air. I mean, one of their best at least. And we have a midfielder trying to mark him. I mean, if I see him in the box, I'm either putting Diaz, Stones, or Rodri on him. And Gundogan did absolutely nothing other than just get him off him. He basically pushed him into the space, and Marquinhos just was wide open and beautiful header into the goal. Ederson couldn't do nothing about it. I mean, maybe he could have stepped out, but I mean, Marquinhos shouldn't have been that wide open. So yeah, I felt really hard done by that, but I mean, I don't know. After that, Man City did not really respond like I wanted them to. I mean, it looked like they were just going through the motions that first half. Like they were just pass, not really doing anything with it. Yeah, they had a couple balls in the box, but there was no striker to be found, and we only ended up getting a couple chances towards the end there. Foden had a 1v1 that as soon as I seen him get the ball, I already started celebrating. I thought he was going to bury it, but he ended up kicking it straight to Navas. I'm going to let him go with this one just because he saved our asses in the Dortmund game, and he's just been so brilliant at such a young age too. So I let it go, but at halftime, I was just going crazy. I was getting super mad. I was telling Emil about it that I want to see more fight out of Manchester City. I don't want them to go out like this. Like I felt like at the first half, I felt like they were just happy to be there. I didn't really see any fight. And if we get done by PSG because of their pure quality of Mbappe and Neymar, fair enough. But there was no fight in that first half. And straight from the start, we were just putting it on PSG. Really putting it on. Really separated ourselves that second half. We were creating lots of chances. We looked a little more lively. Looked like we wanted it more that second half. And although the goal was not what I expected, I think it was deserved. But the goal was, it's an unfortunate one because if I was a PSG fan, I would be really pissed about both goals actually, but especially that first one. I mean, De Bruyne crosses it in. It was a beautiful cross. And Navas just thought that Diaz or Stones were going to get something on it. So he was like waiting to react to it. But it just got past Diaz and Stones, and then it just went into the bottom left corner of Navas. Yeah, and if I was a PSG fan, I'd be absolutely fuming right now about that. But then, as soon as we get the goal, PSG kick off again. And then we're right on them again. We win the ball like instantly, and we're back on them. And 7 minutes later, we finally get a foul. I feel like the ref was kind of not on our side, just a little bit not on our side today, because I feel like even the commentator said that there were some really big fouls on Man City players, and he wasn't calling it. But as soon as like Neymar went down, he blew the whistle every time. But Foden finally won us a free kick. I thought De Bruyne was going to take it, but then I see Mara step up, and he buried it in that left corner. And at first, I thought it was just beautifully around the wall. But when I looked at it again, I seen that 2 players in the PSG wall had turned their bodies, and it just left the perfect amount of space for the ball to go through. So if I'm a PSG fan, again, I am fuming about that goal. I mean, you can't go on the wall and be scared of it. You know what I mean? You can't go on the wall and turn your body. What's the purpose of being in the wall if you're just going to move out the way of the ball? So if I'm PSG, I'm pissed. But again, I felt like it was deserved. Man City were really putting the pressure on them. And another thing we got to talk about is how Mbappe was not in the game at all. I've seen a stat that he actually had less touches on the ball than Ederson. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, I can believe it just because we really really did not let him do anything today. He had a couple things here and there where you thought, oh, maybe he can do something, but he didn't make anything out of it. Diaz and Stones did quite well. Even Walker was not letting him outrun him. Ederson was ready to fly off his line as soon as the ball was near the box. I did really well on him. The only two players who I thought stood out for PSG today was Di Maria and Neymar. I mean, Neymar looked like he was out there playing FIFA Street, as he usually does, but he looked threatening today. But Man City's defense just did really well. Other than on that corner, we did really well to not let them do it. Maria looked threatening also. He did really well. There was a couple 1v1s he had, and I was just like, wow. The age of 32, he's still class. His cross was brilliant, and yeah. But then, yeah, after that, a couple minutes later, Ghana ended up getting a red card. It was outrageous tackle on Gundogan. We're so lucky that Gundogan came out okay, but yeah, it's a great red card for me. And then after that, PSG tried to make a case that De Bruyne should get a red card after the challenge on, I forgot who, but he just stepped on his foot right after. But that's the yellow card for me, nothing more than that. But that is something to look into. De Bruyne on a yellow, Cancelo on a yellow. I mean, they should be fine versus the next match versus PSG, but a team like PSG, all of them are all skillful players, and so it's really easy to pick up another card on them. And imagine if they get another yellow and they miss out on the final. That will be some bad news for us. And who else is on the other yellow is Neymar. Neymar is on the yellow, and we can see that when he gets frustrated, he does pick up yellows pretty easily. So something for Real Madrid and Chelsea to look forward to. I mean, imagine if this Chelsea side gets to go against Man City side without De Bruyne or a PSG side without Neymar. I mean, they would be really fancying their chances after that. But other than that, what a great game. I wish we could have got the third. I feel like we were a little wasteful a couple times. Like I said, Foden had that one in the first chance, but then in the second half, I just felt like there was just that final ball we needed, and that's where I think the lack of a striker is really killing us sometimes, because there was some beautiful balls De Bruyne put in the box in the penalty area. No one was near. And then again with Rodri made a beautiful run down the line, crossed it in for an easy tap in. No one was even in the box. I mean, De Bruyne and Foden were outside the box. Mahrez was way behind them. It was just like, I mean, just imagine it. Even a Gabriel Jesus just could have sniffed that out, maybe. I know he's not where he needs to be a lot of the times, and he's usually really deep, but I feel like even maybe Gabriel Jesus could have picked that one out, and Aguero would have definitely picked that one out. So you just feel like maybe they need to get into the match. I don't know. Even if it's just for 20, 30 minutes, I mean, maybe I feel like he could be maybe the difference maker in this second leg. Because, again, this is nowhere near over. I have to look over the stats again and rewatch some of the game before I make my second prediction. But I will soon, before the next leg. But, yeah, other than that, please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the second leg. And, yeah, till then, see you next time.